Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. I don't know about you, but I'm quite a sensible person. 95% of the time, my actions are carefully considered, which means in business, I tend to just buy cars that I know have a wide audience and I know will sell and won't cost me a fortune to prep, ready for sale. This usually gives me a small amount of profit and keeps the wolf from the door. But occasionally, because I'm a car fanatic, I let my heart rule my head and make some fairly stupid decisions. This is why I own a 1992 Range Rover Vogue and a 1998 Jaguar XJR. Sometimes all rational thought goes out the window and I get a little bit carried away. If you were an onlooker who didn't know me very well, you would look on and think, what an idiot. Anyway, that brings me on to today's car, because yesterday I had one of those blips, one of those moments where all rational thought went out the window, and I bought a 14-year-old E46 BMW M3. I've always loved the E46 BMW. I've had loads of them. In my opinion, it's the greatest 3 Series ever made. I think it was the last analog 3 Series BMW made before it sort of went digital, if you know what I mean. I think it was their finest hour. And sitting right at the top of the E46 tree is the naturally aspirated 3.2 litre straight 6, 155 mile an hour M3. This is a car I've wanted most of my adult life. I've had loads of 330s, 325s, 328s, but I've never had an M3. So yesterday I bought this one, and yesterday the weather was beautiful. It was 22 degrees. I drove home with the roof down, enjoying myself. And now today, of course, it's bleak and miserable. But anyway, it kind of goes against everything I've always talked about, because I always say don't buy the cheapest, you should buy the best you can afford. Don't buy a project, don't buy a headache. And this is a project. But I thought if I buy a decent one and just do one video with it, that's a little bit boring. Whereas if I buy a bit of a project, I can take you along the way every step of the journey. That was my plan anyway. So let's see how that goes. It does need quite a bit of work, this car, and I'm planning on documenting that process on this channel. So any other weirdos out there like me who love the E46 can look on and either dodge a bullet or realise they've got to have one in their life. I'm not quite sure which one of those two that will be yet, but we'll see soon enough. This is a June 2005 M3 and it has the SMG2 gearbox, which I'm told, I don't know an awful lot about them, but I'm told the SMG2 was far better than the SMG, or the SMG1. I've just got that sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach, knowing that I've done something potentially stupid and reckless and costly. Anyway, we'll see. I don't want to be too negative at this stage. Thinking sensibly for a second, I think I've got the basics right. This is a 2-owner car. The last owner's had it for 11 years. It's got 2 keys, full service history. I've got the detachable hardtop and stand and cover. It's quite a good spec. So like I say, I think the basics are there to be a good car. The mileage is only 98,000, which isn't too high for a 14-year-old car. It's got the basics of being a very good car, but it does need a little bit of work. So it's a good spec. It's got sat-nav, heated seats. It's got the Napa leather, not the Dakota. I took the hardtop off yesterday and the fabric roof looks like it's never been exposed to the elements. So yeah, I think I've got the fundamentals right, but that's not the full story, because it does have its issues. So let's move on to the bits that do need some TLC. The 19-inch M Sport wheels are a bit of a mess. They're quite badly corroded, so they need to be sorted out. The bonnet is quite badly stone chipped, which is typical of a sports car like this, but it does need to be sorted out because it lets down the whole car. The badges are worn and need to be replaced. One of the keys doesn't work. There's some corrosion on the wing mirror bracket. There's a small rust spot on the front wing. The actual mirror glass in both the wing mirrors need to be replaced. The driver's door handle feels like it could snap at any moment. So all these problems are quite common issues on an E46. It's nothing that I'm really worried about. The thing that I am slightly worried about is the engine warning light's on. So God knows what that is. And although this car used to have 340 German thoroughbreds under the bonnet, they now feel like 340 flogged out old mules with asthma. So I need to get that sorted. And as soon as I try and put the power down, I get the traction warning light. On top of all that, it needs a very good clean. It's full of moss and other green stuff. It must have been parked under a tree most of its life. So it's not as quick as it should be, I feel. I haven't pushed it too much because it's due a service, the engine light's on, and it's a bit of an unknown, so I don't want to do any damage to it. I'll just get it in at my local BMW specialist on Monday for a service. Try and sort out all these issues. I'm hoping and praying it's nothing sinister, because the 3.2 litre engine is quite a durable, quite a tough engine. And when it's idling, it sounds sweet enough. There's no rattles coming from the timing chain, there's no rattles coming from the Vanos unit. It's also very straight along the panels, so I don't think it's ever had any paint, which means it's never flown sideways into a head, which is unusual for an M3. It's also due an MOT and the air conditioning doesn't work. Also, the ancient sat-nav system has a line running through it, so that's either a fault or we've got a Roman road that I didn't know existed. Oh, the parking sensors don't work either, they just flatline. So I've certainly got my hands full, should keep me busy for a while. It does still sound dramatic though. Because the E46 M3 is quite old now, it's quite difficult to find a good genuine model without buying a project, and I think I have got quite a nice genuine one, and it will be nice once it's sorted. It's not been lowered or messed with. Prices are on the rise too, this is an appreciating car. Let me know below if you've had an M3 what your experiences were, because I'm genuinely intrigued. I've never had one before, so I don't know what to expect. I've got mixed feelings of glee and also fear. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you, so until next time, wish me luck. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.